Good morning, everyone. It's Kimberly Fox with Kimbo Originals, and I am the Forgetful Crafter. So we are going to continue on with our book. We got our corner pieces made, and so I'm gonna start on one of the pages today. So I have my pieces cut out already. We've already done that, and I thought on this one I would put a belly band in the center of this one. So I'm gonna ink this piece up. That's going to be the base of my belly band. And I'm just going to do the edges a little bit. And I am going to use a tool here. This tool roughs up the edges of your cardstock or your paper, and here we go. Got it started. Just give it a little rough up. Same on the other side. All right. And I've already have this one inked. So we're going to lay that down here. This is going to go on this piece. So I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to put my base piece on first. And I'm going to use my mini scoreboard and give this a score, and that looks like it's about even. So I'm going to give this one a score right here. And that's going to go like that. So let's get some double-sided tape on this. I'm going to go ahead and put some down here. And get the backing off of this one. And put this one on. I'm just eyeballing for the center. Okay. And now I'm going to score this one also. And looks about right there. Looks good. Excuse me. So I hope everyone's doing good today. Check it one more time. And we're down. Now I'm going to glue this piece down. Before I do that, I think I want to put some string on it. I think what I'm going to do is wrap the string around and then hook it. And then to make sure it stays tight, I'm going to take one piece around the back and one piece around this way. And then I think I'm going to put a, excuse me, I'm going to put a charm on it. So I have some little charms here that are travel charms. And I think I'll use this one. And I don't need the brad. See if I can get both of these ends through here. Got it. And then I'm just going to tie a knot around this. And I'm okay with it not being in dead center. It's all right if it's off a little bit. And trim this string. And then we'll glue this in place. Okay, so I'm gonna, excuse me, ink up my ends here. And glue this bad boy in place. Put some on those strings. Okay, and then this piece is going right here. Okay, so we're going to glue this down. Oh, that fell off. Well, that's going to have to be fixed. All right, mine did you fall off? Okay, let's do something different. So, I'm going to get some string. Run that, poke that through. Maybe. There we go. And then I'm going to loop it. There we go. And then I'll tie it around one of these strings. Tie it where my knot is. Tie it around that string. And I'm not tying it close, I'm leaving it loose a little bit. So it'll hang now. And I'm going to leave the strings too. There we go. That looks cute. All right, now this side. So this piece is going in like this. Just like that. Now to decide what to do over here. I think what I'm going to do is cut a strip of this. I don't need it to be super wide. that. Let's see what else I have over here. Something with a little bit of color in it. Let's try this one. Cut a strip a little wider than this piece. So it looks like about a 1/2 inch or so. Oh, maybe I'll just do this. Let's cut it like that. So I'm going to mark this so I know where to cut. Oops. There we are. There we go. And I'm going to ink this up. And we're going to use several different colors. I'm going to use some Barn Door Distress ink. And I'm going to use some Pelled Paint, some Wild Honey, and possibly some Vintage Photo. You always start with that lightest color first. Oops. Work your way up through the light colors. And then the barn door. Oh, let's run some Vintage Photo on this piece. There we go. Okay, so this is going to go like that. And then I think I'll wrap this piece around. I think I missed a spot. That looks better. So I glue this down. Now you can use double-sided tape if you choose to. I just like to use wet glue. And then I'm going to wrap this piece around the back like that. Just like that. Glue this down. And then glue this little back piece down. But I want to check it and make sure I've got it fairly even. That looks good. Down we go. And I'm going to do a little bit of Vintage Photo around the edges on this after I close up my glue. And make it a little more scruffy looking. It's a little too red for me. There we have it. Now we're going to glue this in place. And I'm going to use a piece of double-sided tape across the top. Just fit that in as straight as you can get it. Press that down and then we'll glue the back. Okay, and that's going to be our pocket when we're finished. Now I'm thinking what I might do, find a piece of scratch paper here. I think that's what I'll do. So I'll see if I have a black piece that's large enough. That one's not big enough. But I think this one is. It is. Great. So I'm going to score this in half. See where my half mark is. Oh, it's about 4 1/8. I'll straighten it up later. So I'm going to score this at 2 inches. And now I'm going to burnish. And now I'm going to trim. Make sure it's straight. So this piece is going to go inside. It's just going to be a little tuck piece. Alright, so let's find some scraps of paper to put on the inside here. Oh, that's not quite big enough, is it? Maybe I like that piece better. I don't know. I can't quite get 2 pieces out of it, but I can definitely get 1. I'm going to get this straightened out. It's crooked. I'm just going to clean up my edges a little bit. Trim it down just a touch. This side. There we go. All right. So I think I'm going to measure. So I'm going to need to cut that one at 4 and 1 7/8. So the back, I am going to put a circle punch here. All right, here's my box of goodies. And I know I have some circles punched out in here. Grab that circle punch and be right back. Okay, so I got the circle punch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch out a couple of circles out of some scrap cardstock here. It's a little scrap piece I had in my little bucket. Okay, I think 2 will do. So I'm going to glue these 2 together. And then take I have double-sided tape on this one already, so I'm going to take the backing off of that. and add a little glue. And connect that. Put those together. All right. Next, I need to get my hole punch and punch a hole in this. Okay, so I need to get a small brad out. I use that one. It's got a little design on the inside of it. So I can get out my hole punch. So this hole punch is, it doesn't tell me the size. Oh, it's 1 inch. So that means I can come in, make sure I have the right one, come in a 1/2 inch. Let's see, I've never measured these little notch marks on the side. That is a 1/2 inch, great. So I'm going to bring this in at a 1/2 inch, and hopefully I'm in the center. If not, I'm not. Pretty close. It was pretty close. I'll get that in. Good enough. And then decide where to put this. So let's get this piece inked up. Some vintage photo. And we're going to glue this down. Oh, wait, I can't glue it down yet. I've got to decide where to poke my hole for this to go in. Let's do it down here. Give it something a little bit different. So I'm going to mark it with a pencil of where I want to put that hole, and then I'll poke a hole in it. I guess this is called an awl. I call it my poker tool. So I'm going to get some more string out. I think this thread is used for tatting. And so this is my front and this is my back. So I'm going to take some double-sided tape. I'm going to do it across right there. And I'm going to take the backing off. Sorry about my sniffles, it's allergies. Take that backing off. I'm going to save that. And I am going to glue this down. There we go. And I'm going to cut another piece and put another piece on top of that. This will come down and wrap around my circle piece here. So there's my closure. So the back is going to have something on it. So I'm going to place this on the back. Make sure it's turned right. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to glue that down. Okay, so there's our back, here's our front, so now the inside. Okay, now the next one. I think I'm ready to glue this one on now. And now we're going to see how this closure is going to work. And it's going to work great. So I think I can trim these off just a little bit. And where's my book page? Here it is. There's that page. Pretty good. I'll glue this down later. So now we have the back side. So I've got to come up with something for here because I cut this piece too short, obviously. So this is my piece that goes here. So I need to put something back here at the back. So I'm going to put some double-sided tape along the top edge here. And I'm going to ink this up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So I'm going to get this backing off of this tape started. Okay, there we go. And glue it down. Now my piece that went on it is right here. So that's gonna work. So I'm wondering what to put here. I'll do a flip page. That's what I'll do. I'll do a flip page. That'll help. Half inch. Now, still need to trim. So I don't want it any larger than my page. Yeah, I think I'll trim it right there. So I'm going to make a closure for this. I'm just thinking about how big the closure is going to be. So I'm going to ink this up with some Pumice Stone. I need to double side tape both sides, I think. Definitely the back. It's going to go like that. Make sure this is turned properly. And this is going to go right along this edge right here. So I think I'll put it right there. Let me get this started. And I'm going to do it right there. That's about center. And this will cover that. Pretty much. Yep. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to make is the closure here. And the closure, I think what I'll do is take a piece of this. And I'm going to score this. Let's see. I'm just trying to think. So I'm going to make this an inch wide, so I'm going to score this in half. And then I'll trim it. So from my score line, there's my half inch. If I can see it. Right there. And then score line again. Half inch. I can always trim it up later if it's not right. So I'm going to fold this and burnish this down. Now I'm going to glue this together, and I really like to use wet glue when I'm doing things like this. So now I just need to decide. So this is going to go like that, right there. So I'm going to close this. And I think I might fold this in half also. Make it thicker. So when it spins, that'll be perfect. So this is going to be the bottom side, so I want this to be my top. And I'm going to glue this together. To get it totally even. Darn it. That's okay, I can trim it up with scissors. just a touch off. A little bit off here. And it's okay to cut that score line because everything's glued together really well. So I don't have to worry about it coming apart, but I do need to burnish this again really good. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, so I could put the brad probably about right there so it'll go in the paper. That'll work. My pencil, and I think I'll put it right there. That looks about center. Okay, so I'll get my hole punch out. Use this 1/8 inch side, I think is what that is. A piece of paper stuck in there. There it is, came out. Okay, find my little hole. There we are. Now I think I have some brads that I rusted, so let me go grab those. Okay, I've got my rusted brad. That's gonna look good on there. So what to do on here? So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on first. Use this side. And I can trim it all up in a bit. I can poke my hole again, since I know exactly where it's going. And that's going to look great. Okay, so now I need to mark where the hole is going to be on here. So again, that's going right there. I want that to cover that piece, so now I'm going to mark my hole and punch it. I think that paper's stuck in there. One thing I don't like about this is the paper sticks in there. Okay. And there's my hole. Right, so I can put my brad through my hole. Now I need the legs this way, or the wings. Oh, you know what? I didn't need the edges. Can't have that. It's like just a little detail that you've got to do. So I need to get my marker for this. Here's my marker. I'm going to darken those edges up all the way around. Oh, this looks like it's drying out. Oh dear. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting that. There. Good enough. Okay, now we can put this together. So I need the legs. Okay, it stopped recording for some reason. Okay, so there we've got that. So I think I'm going to stop there for now, and then we'll start up later.